And yep, there it goes. Thank you all for joining us tonight. I know it's been probably a long day for everybody. This is our permit training for e-permits in Baltimore City. We're set up tonight to go through our training. The recording of this training is going to be available online. We currently have prior trainings, both live and virtual, that are available online, along with the PowerPoint slides. If you don't want to sit through the recording again, the PowerPoint slides are there. And then we also have some other handouts available for individual issues. So you can go directly to that specific topic, like how do I pay for my permit or how do I schedule my inspection? And I'm putting in the chat now up, and it looks like Tammy beat me to it, so it's there twice. But the link to the Permit Like a Pro web page is available. So we know that since we've launched the system, there's been some challenges. People are needing additional assistance. We've got an influx of permits, and we're also dealing with a lot of questions, and that's kind of slowed things down a little bit. We are addressing that. We've increased the number of staff that are trained to process permits. We brought some TEMSORN, and they're finishing their training this week, and they'll be assisting next week. We've been doing overtime and weekend work. So we are working to get through all the permits. We've increased and updated how we answer our phone calls. So we have assistance from the 311 call operators. And anybody that's available to take calls can take calls within DHCD, but then also the 311 operators assist. And that has gotten a lot better. And then we're just assigning work to some staff, taking them off the front line to be able to work in a area where they're not as interrupted, so that they can get additional permits processed. But we are, there's an extreme volume right now as everybody gets used to the new system. So we appreciate your patience with that. And we understand how important getting your permits and being able to do your work and finish your projects are. Tonight's setup, we have the training that will happen here in the main room. I think we can go to the next slide. Yeah. And then we have two breakout rooms. So if you're having particular issues with project docs or any kind of projects that requires plan review, so submission of plans, there's going to be a separate breakout room where you'll be able to get your questions answered, and maybe even some assistance there. And then if you have questions about how to do any kind of amendment to a permit, if you want to extend it or reinstate it, then we'll have a breakout room for that. And so you'll be able to go and join those breakout rooms. You should see on your toolbar either the box here that has the four squares stacked that says breakout rooms. If you don't see that, you may need to click on the more button in order to select the breakout rooms. And then when you click on the icon, you get the choice of these two breakout rooms. So you can go ahead and jump over there if those are your issues and you want to get information or assistance there. If you get in there and you feel like, yep, this isn't where I need to be, to get out of the breakout room, you click the leave button, like you're exiting the Zoom, and then it'll give you a option of either exiting the Zoom completely or exiting the breakout room. And so you can rejoin the training. And if there's a part of the training you missed, we are recording this, and there's other recorded versions online. I think we can go to the next slide. And I will turn it over to Peggy for the training. And
Good evening, everyone. This is Peggy White. So we're going to do an introduction and overview. We're going to walk through some e-permits. We're going to talk about maintaining communications, and then at the end, we'll take any questions that you might have. So you're going to continue to access your e-permits account through the DHCD website login. And there are also how-to guides and instructional videos available on the website to assist you. So creating an account. You'll need an e-permits account to apply for a permit, schedule inspections, register a professional trade license with the City of Baltimore to perform work in the city. So you will click Create an Account, complete the required information, check the box to agree to terms of service, click Continue. Choose individual or organization, complete required information, and then submit. You will receive a notification of successful account registration and an email with your information. You can now apply by signing into your account. Click Sign In. Enter your username and password. Click Sign In. So once your professional trade license is registered with the city, it can be added to your account. Click My Account. Click Add a License. Enter license type and license number. Click Find License. Click Add License to Account. Click OK. Your license has been successfully added to your account. Registrations of licensed professionals. So you sign into your account. You click on the Licensed Contractors tab. Click on Create an Application. Read the terms of service and check the box. Click Continue Application. You can only register one license at a time. If you wish to register multiple licenses, you will need to repeat this process for each license registration. Select the drop-down triangle next to License Applications and select the trade you're registering. Click Continue Application. Others include the following: architect, asbestos contractor, engineer, fire sprinkler contractor, general contractor, HVAC contractor, low voltage contractor, Maryland Home Building Registration, Maryland Home Improvement, plumbing, UST heating oil technician, UST certified remover contractor, and UST technical contractor. Company name and license holder are required. If you do not have a business, use your name as the company name. Select from existing account. A pop-up for select contact type will appear. You'll need to complete the name and address information screens for each of the required contact types. Click on the drop-down arrow and select license holder. Click Continue. License holder has a green check. Now you need to add the company name. Select from existing account. A pop-up for select contact type will appear. You'll need to complete the name and address information screens for each of the required contact types. Click on drop-down arrow and select company name. Click Continue. If there is information in the name of business box, the first and last name may not be needed, even though they have the asterisk meaning required information. Enter the name of the business. You can use your name if there is no company name. Enter the primary phone number. Enter the email to be used for communication. Please select contact address. Select business or address type. Complete address information. Click Save and Close. The license holder and company name have a green check, meaning they've been added successfully. Click Continue Application. Enter your Maryland state license number. Enter license expiration date. Enter the insurance provider. Enter insurance expiration date. Click Continue Application. Upload required documents. The list of documents is provided under the required document header. Click Add. Search for your file. The selected file will be uploaded. You will see the green message. The attachments has been successfully uploaded. Required documentation may vary according to your profession. Click Continue Application. Review the application information on this page. Make any changes by selecting the Edit button next to the areas you wish to modify. Click Continue Application. Your application has been successfully completed. You will receive an email like the one below confirming your registration. Under Create a Permit. This is the first screen you'll see when you log in. From here, you can access information on creating and managing your building permits and license registration. So you'll see hello and your name. If this is not your name you registered, please select Account Management and update your information. Quick views of items you may have in your cart for payment will be on the left side of the screen. And if you're working on several permits, you can create a collection so they will all show up here for easy access. The documents or records that you put under My Collection, if you have not connected them with your new account, you won't be able to do anything with them. You won't be able to do any amendments, extensions, or schedule any inspections. Permit applications in process show up here at the bottom of the screen. Select permits and inspections. Select Create an Application. Read the terms of service and check the box. Click Continue Application. Click the drop-down arrow by permits and select the permit type from the list. Click on Continue Application. So we're doing a 1 and 2 family combo permit, but the commercial multifamily combo is the same process, it's just the questions are different. So enter the street number, enter the street name, click search. The parcel and owner information will be auto-filled. If you need to step away, click on the Save and Resume Later button. This will save your work and you can resume it where you left off. So the system does not auto-save. So if you don't save and come back, you'll have to start over again. Click Continue Application. Name your project, make it something that's meaningful to you that you can identify. Describe the work to be done and provide enough detail that the reviewer will understand what you're doing. Use the drop-down to indicate the type of work and choose the best option. Use the drop-down to select the type of building where the work will be performed. If you have other permits in process for this property, click yes, otherwise click no. Click Continue Application. Complete all required information regarding the property where the work will be done. The total cost of the permit, even though it's not a required field, we strongly encourage you to enter information in that field. And if you don't have the total costs, you can do an estimated cost for that. Read and acknowledge the lead paint notification. Complete the last two questions regarding affordable housing and reasonable accommodation. Click Continue Application. Click Yes for any system that will be included in the scope of work for this permit. Click Yes for any trade work that will be included in the scope of work for this permit. Click Continue Application. Click the blue Add Information. Complete the pop-up form. Click Submit. Click Continue Application. The yes and no questions with a gray background are auto-filled based upon property information. Any area with a yes may require additional documentation. Complete the last series of questions. Click Continue Application. Click Add Information. And you're adding your electrical fixtures, so complete pop-up. And then hit Submit. Click Add Information. Follow the Add Information and complete pop-up steps until all trade work included in the project scope is documented. You complete the pop-up and click Submit. You can see your fixtures have been added. And then you click Continue Application. Enter applicant role. What is your relationship to the project? Is the owner acting as a contractor? Yes or no? Is the property owner a business? If yes, you may need to add an authorized agent to the contacts. The applicant and property owner are required. Additional contacts may be required based upon the scope of work or property information. Use Select from Existing Account for the applicant, property owner if there has been no change in ownership, other contacts that are known to have an e-permits account. Use Add New for individuals that may not be associated with an e-permits account, such as new property owners, authorized agent for business, and business contacts. To add the applicant, click Select from Existing Account. A pop-up Select Contact from Account will appear. Click on Associated Contact. Click Continue. Select Applicant from the drop-down. Select the address. Click Continue. A property owner needs to be added. There has been no change in ownership, so we'll use existing information. Click Select from Existing Account. Select Associated Owner. Click Continue. Select Property Owner. Click Continue. Enter the first and last name. Enter the primary phone number. Enter the email to be used for communication. Select individual or organization. Select Add Contact Address. Select Mailing Address Type. Complete address information. Click Save and Close. The contact address was added successfully. Click Continue. Note the applicant and property owner have a green check, meaning their information is complete. Click Continue Application. Click Look Up. If you know your contractor's license number, enter it here. If you don't have a contractor, you can select the type of contractor you need here. Click Look Up. Select your contractor. Click Continue. If you try different searches and cannot find the contractor you're looking for, verify that they are registered with the City of Baltimore. Only professionals registered with the city can perform work in the city. So your message is displayed, licensed professional added successfully. If additional contractors are needed, click Look Up and repeat the process. Click Continue Application. If you need to provide documentation such as site plans or drawings, they are added here under Attachment. Click Add. Click Add to upload the file. Click Continue. Once your document is uploaded, you need to provide a type. Click Type drop down and select the document type. Click Save. Click Continue Application. Once this information is submitted, it cannot be changed, so please review the information provided. If you need to make any changes, use the Edit button in the section that needs to be changed before you check Submit. Agree to the certification above and click Continue Application. Once the application is submitted, you'll receive a receipt letting you know that the submission was successful. And you'll use your record ID to track your application. Use and occupancy permits. You'll need to be signed into your ePermits account and select use and occupancy for the permit type. Enter a project name, enter the use of the property under the description of work. Use the drop down to select certificate of occupancy or partial occupancy. Use the drop down to select the occupancy status. If you enter a related combo permit number, most of the information in the following pages will be completed for you. Click Continue Application. Enter street number. Enter street name. Click Search. Parcel and owner information are automatically filled in based on street address. If you included a combo permit number, the information from the related permit automatically fills in the address information. If the address is not correct, verify the related permit number. Click on Continue Application. Complete all required information regarding the use of the property. Read and acknowledge the lead paint notification. Complete the last two questions regarding affordable housing and reasonable accommodation. Planning and zoning information will be populated based upon the property address. Answer the non-grayed out questions. Click on Continue Application. Complete the Health and Controlled Substance section. Click on Continue Application. Use the drop-down to select the applicant role, which is your role in your relationship to the project. Is the property owner a business? If yes, the answer is yes. You'll need to add an additional contact as the agency representative. Click Select from Existing Account. Use the guidance provided earlier to determine when to use Select from Existing Account and add new. Select Contact. Click Continue. Choose Applicant. Click Continue. Once you click Continue, you'll see a message saying Contact added successfully. There's a green check by applicant Now you need to add the property owner. Choose from selecting from existing. Select associated owner. Click continue. Choose property owner. Click continue. Complete any missing owner information. Since the address is missing, click add contact address. Complete address. Click and save. Save and close. Click continue. Once you click save and close, you'll see a message saying contact added successfully, and there is an address in the row. You will see a green check by applicant and property owner. Click continue application. Once this information is submitted, it can't be changed, so please review the information provided. If you need to make any changes, use the edit button in the section that needs to be changed before you certify the information. Check the certification box. Click continue application. Once you've reviewed all the project information and submitted it, you'll receive a receipt letting you know that the submission was successful. You have your record ID to track the application. A raising or moving permit. You need to be signed into your ePermits account and select raising or moving permit. Enter the street number. Enter the street name. Click search. The parcel and owner information will be auto-filled. The owner information is for the legal owner of the property, not the leasee or the tenant. Click continue application. Name your project, make it something that means something to you and is different from other projects you may have. Describe the work to be done. Provide enough detail that the reviewer will understand what is being raised or demolished. Complete all required information regarding the property where work is to be performed. Read and acknowledge the lead paint notification. Based upon the property location, there may be zoning considerations. Any area with a yes may require additional documentation. The yes/no questions with a gray background are completed from the property information. No action is required on your part. Will the demolition impact the right-of-way? Yes or no? Select the option for separating the project area from the public. Fence was used in this example. Click continue application. Demolition details need to be provided to determine the scope of project and potential documentation requirements. Complete required information regarding the proposed demolition. Is the condition standard or substandard? And will you be using machines to perform the work? Click add building/structure info. Complete the pop-up. Click submit. Click the blue add information. Complete the pop-up form. Click submit. This is for demolition disposal information. And currently this information is not required, but it may be required in the future. Click continue application. Enter applicant role. What is your relationship to the project? Is the owner acting as a contractor? Is the property owner a business? If yes, you will need to add an authorized agent to the contacts. Applicant and property owner are required. Additional contacts may be required based upon the scope of work or property information. Click select from existing account. A pop-up select contact from account will appear. Select associated contact. Click continue. Select applicant from the drop-down. Select the address. Click Continue. Applicant now has a green check. We need to add the property owner. Click Select from Existing Account. A pop-up Select Contact from Account will appear. Select Associated Owner. Click Continue. Select Property Owner from drop-down. Click Continue. Enter the first and last name. Enter the primary phone number. Enter the email address. Select individual or organization. If you choose organization, you may be required to include an authorized agent. Click Add Contact Address. Address type should be mailing. Complete address. Click Save and Close. You will see contact address added successfully. Click Continue. The contact conditions have been met. There is an applicant and a property owner. Click Continue Application. A licensed demolition contractor must be added to the project for the permit to be processed. This is true for raising or moving. Click Lookup. A license number is the quickest way to locate your contractor. Otherwise, enter any known information such as license type. Click Lookup. A list of contractors will display. Select the one that will perform the work. Click Continue. You'll get a message saying the licensed professional has been added successfully. Click Continue Application. If there is an attached building, you'll need to add an architect or engineer to the project. You will need to add documents for this permit. The type and quantity of documents will vary according to the work described in the permit. Click Add to upload each of your documents. You will receive a notice that the documents have been successfully loaded. Click Continue Application. Once the information is submitted, it cannot be changed, so please review the information provided. If you need to make any changes, use the Edit button in the section that needs to be changed before you certify the record. Click in the box to agree with the certification of the record. Click Continue Application. Once you have reviewed all the project information and submitted it, you'll receive a receipt letting you know that the submission was successful. And again, you have your record ID to track your application. Temporary event permit. You will need to be signed into your ePermits account and select temporary event as your permit type. Enter the street number, enter the street name, click search. The parcel and owner information will be auto-filled. The owner information is for the legal owner of the property, not the leasing or tenant. Click Continue Application. Name your project, make it something that is meaningful to you. Describe the event. Provide enough detail that the reviewer will understand what the event is and what is needed for the event. Click Continue Application. Provide general information as requested. Read the content regarding lead paint and check the box. Click Continue Application. Review the zoning detail provided. This information is tied directly to the parcel. In some cases, there may be conditions that will require you to submit extra documentation. Click Continue Application. Complete all required event information. As you enter information regarding your event, some fields may disappear while others appear. Complete all required event information. Click the blue Add Information button. You'll need to add as many rows as your event will occur. You will use 1 row per day. time is to be provided using a 24-hour clock. Complete the health section. Click Continue Application. Click the blue Add Information button. And this is for any temporary structure you're adding. Complete the pop-up. Click Submit. Click Continue Application. Click the blue Add Information button. This is for any electrical work. Complete the pop-up. Click Submit. Click Continue Application. Enter the applicant role. And what is your relationship to the project? Is the owner acting as a contractor? Yes or no? Is the property owner a business? If yes, you'll need to add an authorized agent to the contacts. The applicant and property owner are required. Additional contacts may be required based upon the scope of work or property information. Click Select from existing account. A pop-up Select Contact from Account will appear. Select Associated Contact. Click Continue. Select Applicant from drop-down. Select the address. Click Continue. Applicant now has a green check. We need to add the property owner. Click Select from existing account. A pop-up Select Contact from Account will appear. Select Associated Owner. Click Continue. Select Property Owner from drop-down. Click Continue. Enter the first and last name. Enter the primary phone number. Enter the email address. Select individual or organization. If you choose organization, you'll be required to include an authorized agent as a contact. Click Add Contact Address. Address type should be mailing. Complete address. Click Save and Close. You'll see contact address added successfully. Click Continue. The contact conditions have been met. There is an applicant and a property owner. If this is an attached building, you'll need to add a registered design professional as a contact. Click Continue Application. Click Lookup. Only contractors registered with the City of Baltimore can perform work in the city. A license number is the quickest way to locate your contractor. Otherwise, enter any known information such as license type. Click Lookup. A list of contractors will display. Select the one that will perform the work. Click Continue. Only contractors registered with the City of Baltimore can perform work in the city. And you'll get a message saying the licensed professional has been added successfully. Click Continue Application. Once the contractors have been added, you'll need to upload the plans drawings for your project. The type and number of plans drawing varies according to the type of permit and the amount of work being done. So click Add. Click Continue Application. So for the review, once the information is submitted, it can't be changed. So please review the information provided. If you need to make any changes, use the Edit button in the section that needs to be changed before you certify the record. Click the box to agree with certification. Click Continue Application. Once the application is complete, you'll see the screen for receipt of record issuance with your record ID number. You'll also receive an email confirming that the application has been received. You have your record ID number to track your application. So how to check the permit status. You enter the permit number or street address and click on the search icon. If you don't know the permit number or you didn't get the results you wanted, click on My Records. All of your permits will show up towards the bottom of the screen. Click on the blue record number. If you clicked on the blue record number or use the search function, you'll see the screen below with the record number type of permit, current status, and expiration date. Click the drop-down arrow next to record info. Click the processing status. This is an example of a permit that has been received but has not been reviewed. And on the right is an example of a permit that has been received and is going through the review process. So the different icons next to each task has a meaning. So the orange asterisk is previously active task or step. The hourglass is the task step is currently active and pending. And the green check mark is the task step is completed. How to schedule an inspection. Enter the permit number and click on the search icon. If you don't know the permit number, click on My Records. All of your permits will show up towards the bottom of the screen, and you can look for the one you want and click the blue record number. If the permit you're looking for is not in the list of records or you're not logged in, you can use the general search section. The record number is the best way to find a permit, but you can also use the record type, address, or trade license information to help you find a permit. Click Search. Once you get a list of records that includes the permit you're looking for, click on the blue record number. That will take you to the screen on the right. If you clicked on the blue record number from the permits and inspection screen or use the search function, you'll see the screen below with the record number, type of permit, current status, and expiration date. For more details, click the drop-down arrow next to record info. Click Inspections. Click Schedule or Request an inspection. Select the type of inspection needed. There may be more than one page, so if you do not see what you're looking for, click Next. Click Continue. Select one of the available dates. Those are the ones that are bold. The selected date will turn yellow. Inspections are scheduled by day. You cannot request the specific inspector or specific time. Click All Day. Review the inspection request information. If the address is incorrect, return to the permits and inspection page and search for the correct permit. If the contact information needs to be changed, click the blue Change Contact. Update the contact information and click Submit. Then click Continue. Review the information provided. Click Include additional notes if you want to add comments. Click Finish. And your inspection is scheduled. How to make a payment. The following are acceptable payment methods: cash, e-check, credit card, bank account, PayPal, Venmo, Google Pay, Apple Pay. If you click on the pay icon, if you click on the pay online link included in an email from DHCD, you will be taken to the screen on the right. See next slide for more details. Click the Payments tab. Click Fees. Click Pay Fee. Click Checkout. Click Checkout. Complete your personal information. Everything except for your middle name is required. Select Payment Method. Click Continue. Click in the box to accept the authorization form. Click Pay. And you've successfully paid for your permit. To make a payment not using the email link, you will sign into your account. Enter your permit number or street address and click on the search icon. If you don't know the permit number or you do not get the results you wanted, click on My Records. All of your permits will show up towards the bottom of the screen. You can look for the ones you want and click the blue Pay Fees Due. Click Checkout. Checkout. Complete your personal information. Again, everything except for your middle name is required. Select the payment method. Click Continue. Click in the box to accept the authorization form. Click Pay. And you successfully paid for your permit. Amendment and extensions, reinstatements. Any changes to a permit after it has been issued must follow the amendment process. This includes additions or changes to contacts or licensed professionals. Sign into your account. Enter your permit number and click on the search icon. If you don't know your permit number, click on My Records. All of your records will show up towards the bottom of the screen, and you can look for the one you want and click the blue record number. If selecting the permit from a list, you can click the record number, which will take you to the screen on the left, or click the blue amendment. Click Create Amendment. Select Permit Extension. Click Continue Application. Enter the current expiration date of the permit needing the extension. Select the extension or reinstatement. Has the permit had a prior extension? Yes or no? Click the Continue Application. Enter the project name. Enter the description of work, including original permit number for reference. Address, parcel, and owner information is pulled from the original permit. Click Continue Application. Contacts from the original permit will show here. If you need to add additional contacts, click Select from Existing Account or Add New and complete the pop-ups. To remove or edit existing contacts, use the blue Edit or Delete options in the Action section. Click Continue Application. Select Type of Change from the drop-down. Provide update for any change in contractor. To add or change a contractor, please complete the section below.
Excuse me, Peggy, are we getting interference with the slides?
I I don't know what the blue mark is.
Miss Christina K, are you marking the screen or something? I see a Christina K name at the bottom. Chris, do you know what's going on with the slides? Is this interference coming from Christina K?
Yes, it's coming from Christina K. It looks like it's like a whiteboard thing that's going on. I was trying to stop it or delete it, and that's when the slides were there it goes.
Thank you. Okay, pardon the interruption. Go ahead, Peggy.
No problem. To add or change a contractor, complete the section below. And then click Continue Application. Contractors from the original permit will show up here. When replacing a contractor, the one being replaced needs to be deleted. To add a contractor, click Look Up and follow the directions. To edit or delete a contractor, use the blue action items. Click Continue Application. So now you're in the review process. And once the information is submitted, it can't be changed. So please review the information provided. If you need to make any changes, use the edit button in the section that needs to be changed before you certify the record. Check the box to agree with certification. Click Continue Application. Once you've reviewed all project information and submitted it, you'll receive a receipt indicating that the submission was successful. Use the record ID to track your application. So this is the end of our walkthrough. Once you have applied for an application, you'll receive an email letting you know that it was received. An email will be issued each time there's a change in status for your permit. If at any point in time additional information is needed, you will receive an email detailing the information required. You can also check on the status of your permit by following the steps in the how-to guides.
All right,
so-
thank you,
Mhm.
Peggy, and everyone. We're gonna, Jason has been answering a lot of the questions in the chat, as well as Frank in one of the breakout rooms and probably David in the other breakout room, but we can take questions here. Just raise your hand if you'd like to ask a question, and we'll be able to give you the authority to unmute and engage in a direct Q&A with Peggy and the permits experts. Okay, and you can use the little function, raise your hand function, but I do see, oh, where did the gentleman go that just had his hand up? Hold on. I got him. Brandon Airman, I'm asking you to unmute.
Okay, so I did receive, hi, and thank you guys for this. I did receive the PIN in order to access my license verification. I entered all of that stuff in and I got the verification back. Unfortunately, I had allowed it to lapse as I'm an out-of-state contractor. And I've resubmitted all of the documentation for the renewal in order for it to be approved. And I've done that while we were on here, actually. This was helpful in order to do so. The main issue that I have is I'm not able to look up any of my previous permits. So I have probably 15 permits that I was the superintendent for and an electrical contractor for, and I can't even look it up from the record, from the address, from the old numbers, nothing.
How long ago were those permits?
The permits were on the old system. They were issued in 2022, and then we had some activity stopped due to some fire submission that we needed to perform. So our last inspection was probably August of 24.
Okay. You search by the address and the permit
ma'am.
numbers and you can't find them?
Yeah, if I pull up the address, the only two permits that come up are the last two that we've submitted for the fire and a use and occupancy permit that we recently did an application for.
Okay, can you complete the form that Tammy has to and put down the address and permit numbers, and we'll research it and see if we can find out where they are in the
Yep.
system. Okay.
Mr. Airman, I just put the link in the chat for the follow-up form for any questions that are not adequately answered here. But I want to make sure I'm clear. Did you attach a PIN number? Did you get a PIN number for each of your prior records?
I only received one PIN number, and from what I had understood or gathered, it was my license verification PIN, as it did have my license number, my Baltimore license number on it.
Because
I did not receive any permit verification or permit pins.
okay, so Peggy, wouldn't that be where the initial
Well, the
process-
applicant would have received the PIN number. So if you weren't the applicant on the application, you wouldn't have received it. But you should still be able to do a general search and find it.
And my architect was the applicant on all of them.
So they
So
would have received the PIN.
okay, and so, but like I said, I still can do it from the general search. And
Okay.
and I have a call with the architect tomorrow as well. And I'll see if he can somehow grant me access to what he has, because he can see them on his system, but I can't even look them up.
If he
Okay.
gives you the PIN, you should be able to, with the permit number and the PIN, join them to your account.
Okay, thank you.
And Chris is showing the e-permit screen up there in the top box where the cursor is. That's a really easy place to search for a permit and is usually really successful. So if you have the permit number or the address, so Chris, let's do COM 2023-01796 and hit enter. And it's thinking about it. And so this pulls up one of your permits. At least I think it's one of your permits.
Yep. That is me.
So yeah, so that's one way. Now that you'll be able to see the information here. But you won't be able to join it to your account without the PIN. So anyone can look up permits or addresses to see what permits are going on
Mhm.
on a particular property. But for you to get in and be able to amend or extend or reinstate or add a contractor, you're going to want to get the PINs from your architect and then add those to your account.
Definitely, I appreciate that.
Okay, fantastic. Are there any other questions? You can raise your virtual hand or flag us down in the screen. I don't see any hands raised. And if you have questions, this is the time. You got the key people right here. Okay, I think that all minds might be clear, Jason and Peggy.
Quick question before we
Okay.
go. I'm helping a customer.
Oh, I'm sorry, Shanika, what'd you say?
I'm sorry, I said I had a question. I was helping a customer. And I just want to make sure what I'm providing is correct. So he was added to the permit while we were talking. So if he doesn't have the permit linked to his online account, even though he was just added to it, does he need to be added as a contact, Peggy? So it happened after the fact. So I added him because his license was expired. Now he's linked, but he still can't schedule the inspection.
If he's a contact on there, he should be able to schedule.
Yeah. As long as the permit's in inspection phase.
It's an inspection phase. His license was just added, and he is saying he cannot schedule. And this is on a new BRCM.
Yeah, he may need to log out and log back in.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay, we do have another hand, we do have a hand, Zachary, asking you to unmute. Chris, you can go to a regular screen. Mr. Airman doesn't need to be on display the whole time. Zachary, asking you to, oops, I think we crossed each other. Can you unmute, Zachary? Let me try again. Try again. There you go. You have a question? Go ahead. You're unmuted, Zachary, but we can't hear you.
This is Kristen. I think Zach's having some issues. He's on part of my team. We work together.
Okay.
So I'm gonna tell him to send me his question. I will see what it is. But I had a question as well. I'm wondering, we have some payments that we need to pay for, and we're having a hard time getting those payments getting the payments issued in the system so that we can pay them. So I'm wondering, we've emailed, we've done the message boards, called, we've done everything we can, and we're just wondering, how long is that supposed to take for those once we have the collated sets uploaded, how long is it supposed to take for us to get those payment links? And I know they're not links anymore, but notifications that a payment is ready.
Once the reviewer completes their review, is this a permit created in this system or in CCE?
It's a mix. Some are new ones. I think the ones I'm talking about right now are from the old system transferred to this new system, because we still had to do collated sets. And as I understand it, in the new one, we won't have to do that anymore when it's a new permit in the new system.
Okay, so once the reviewer finishes with the permits in the old system and lets you know that it's ready, then we would still need the e-permits contractor form. And once we receive that, then we process it for the payment.
Okay.
In the new system, the form is not needed because you can go in and add the contractors.
Okay. So if all of that's done, then how long is it instant that you should be able to see that payment? The fees, or does
Well,
it take
once
a
it's,
week, or how long is
yeah,
that?
once it's processed, right now we're inundated. But if you could fill out the form that Tammy placed, we'll take a look and see where your permit is at in the process.
Okay. Yeah, because we've been waiting for like a week or two now. And
Okay.
we do work for AT&T, and we have a very strict deadline. And so these two that I'm referring to we have them set for March. And so we're trying to get them finished up so that we can finish these and keep our commitment to them.
Okay. We'll take a look
So,
at the form when Tammy sends it and
I think
get right
Okay.
on it.
you mentioned you work for AT&T. Did I receive a MPI
yes,
request?
I sent you an email.
Okay, I think I just got that, yesterday or the day before, and
Hmm.
Peggy, I sent that over to you already. So I have your request. You can submit a form again if you want, but when you said AT&T, it rung a bell for me, so I know that we did just receive your answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it should
Yeah,
be.
we're kind of stressed and desperate.
Yeah,
So,
I hear you. Yeah. Okay.
all right. Thank you so much.
All right, I'm going to Bobby Singh, asking you to unmute.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to do this. I have, I guess, two questions. One is pretty straightforward. I want to know if there's a fee schedule that I can look at where it tells me for this type of permit, this is the cost, et cetera, et cetera. And the second one was, I heard you say that you guys were a little inundated at the moment. What is the time frame to submit a permit and to have it turned around, approved, or whatever the case may be?
I can't give you an exact on that right now because we're inundated. But staff is working, during the day, overtime, weekends, trying to get everything caught up.
So like a
Miss,
couple of
then-
weeks, a month, general
It
time frame.
shouldn't take a month.
Okay. Shouldn't, okay.
yeah, to help bring some context to that, the staff that would normally process this work in the system is dealing with a lot of walk-in customers, which is keeping them from dealing with the customers in the system. And a lot of people are needing to be walked through the new technology. So trying to balance the online work with the in-person customer work is what is creating the backlog. But no, it should absolutely not take a month. Jason, did you want to speak to timing a little bit at all? I know at the beginning.
Well, I was gonna answer his first question about the fee schedule. So all of the fees for permits are listed in our building code. And I did respond back to your question in the chat with a link to that specific section of the building code, which is section 109 of the Baltimore City Building Code. So we do have that online, and you can read through the fees, but fees are really based on what work you're doing. So I mean, there's a flat application fee for residential or commercial. There's building taxes, but then it gets into how many fixtures are you installing? How much area are you disturbing? It really depends on what work you're doing as to what the cost is going to be. But all the fees are listed there in the code, and there's a link under your question that you put in. I answered it at 7:56. So if you scroll back to then, I think that's how it works. Or 7:50 is when you put in your question, so it's under there.
Okay. I'm gonna go to Constantia Bryson.
Hello, good evening.
Hi.
So I had an all accounts because trying to get a use an occupancy permit, but then I cannot get my two account to merge, and that is preventing me from submitting that because I have an old account, and then I have to create this new account, but for some reason I cannot get the old account over to merge together because I think you all said I have to merge.
Okay,
No,
so I was gonna say, Chris, are you able to give a quick demo about how to connect a PIN number to a permit? Because we had that questions in the chat as well. And I think that's what Ms. Bryson is asking as well.
Yes, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I can do some, but keeping in mind, I don't have a PIN number on me, so let's walk through it. So you're gonna go here.
Wait, and
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
Chris, before you start, just for Constantina, you're not merging your accounts. There is no way to merge your old account with your new account. So you need to create a new account, and then you need to go through the PIN process to add any individual permits from your old account that you want to see in your new account. So if there's any that are in flight or any that are still active and haven't expired, you're going to want to bring those over into your new account. And that is using the emails that were sent out with that permit number and the PIN number. And then Chris is going to show you, once you find that email with your permit number and your PIN number, then you follow this process here that Chris is about to show.
And there is a job aid for this on the Permits Like a Pro as well. At least I believe it's still there, but I'll double check. But you're gonna go to Permits and Inspections, and under Create an Application, it's the same like following up any other permit. And you're gonna hit the little arrow, and there's verification by PIN record. So it's kind of hidden a little bit, but there it is.
Chris, I have a question.
Mhm.
If can you go to the home page?
Mhm.
If a customer were to put in the search at the top, verification by PIN number, would it come up?
I don't think so, because this is looking for data, not a FAQ or a help.
Okay,
So if you're
Is it-
actually looking for me to just put a PIN number in there and see if it'll come up, I don't think it will. And if I do verification, I can put it in here. I'm not sure. Let me see what it does.
it was just a thought, maybe that was a quick way to find it, because when you said it was sort of buried, I thought, well, is there an easier way to get to it?
So this just gives me a list. Again, these are all things that are in process that are doing a verification by
Okay.
PIN. So this is
Okay, got it.
really doing what you're looking for. So this is more data centric and the other you're looking for is more process or instructions.
Yeah, okay.
Um,
The permits and inspections tab. Could you just run by it one more time, please? Your permits and inspections tab. And those,
create an application.
okay,
Think of it as create a link in this case. So you're gonna read little terms of service. And this beginning is every single application that you do. And permits and it's verification by PIN.
okay.
Yeah,
Thank
so it's snuck in here a little bit.
All right, well, thank you.
Mhm. And
Okay,
then
go
once
ahead.
you're here, you're gonna add a row
Oh.
and you're gonna add a row for every single one that you do. So she's gonna have, I'm gonna do add a row. She's gonna do the permit number here or license number, or whatever that record number, because record number in the system applies to both your license number, but not the state license, but your registration number, as well as any of your permit numbers, whatever that number, record number is, and then the associated PIN number goes here. And when you submit it, it'll connect it for you.
And so if I've got 15 permits and I get 15 pins, I'll be adding them all here on the list.
Correct.
Okay.
But you can submit them in batch, submit, do the
I can
two,
submit the
so,
first one, the second one. I'll have-
Yeah, so you
Okay.
can do like 15 at a shot. So it's like the add rows, I've got 15 of them. You can say I've got 15 rows and go ahead.
Okay. All right. Does that get you what you needed, Miss Bryson? Yes, okay. All right, I'm going to Ty Brown.
Yes. Hello. They're actually just talking about me. I'm the one who I'm having trouble scheduling an inspection on a permit that my architect submitted, but then added
Oh.
me on as a contractor, and I have access to the permit. I tried logging out and logging in a couple times. And I go to inspections and record info inspections, and where the blue link should be to schedule an inspection is not there.
And Ty, are you expired or was that taken care of? Maybe confusing people.
No, I wasn't expired. No.
Okay, so I'm confusing people, so not sure what's going on there. Let's find your record.
And you did the PIN number to, well, actually, it's a new account or an old account? I mean, it's from
It's a
CC.
BRCM permit.
Okay,
I'm looking it up. Give me a second.
Okay.
Appalachian Field Services.
Correct.
Okay.
Bear with us, everybody. We're gonna.
I think if there's somebody that has another question, why don't this is just while I look this up and then we can come back to Ty.
Okay, I will. Then I'll go to Scott Bowers, who had his hand up next.
Ma'am, got a question. I have, I'm already on the accounts and I've pinned my numbers, my different permits over. There's a top of my record that says verification by PIN record, and it has a PIN thing. And I'm not sure I did that. I don't know exactly what that is. It was done on the 6th of February. We had filed a couple of permits back in December. But I have no idea what this verification by PIN record is on the top of my searching my applications. There's no information when I click on it. Just there's nothing there at all. And it gives me a PIN number, which I'm all confused.
Okay, I don't know the answer to that. Peggy, do you follow?
No, so you have a PIN number and no permit number?
When you search applications, the last active application I put in for a job was back in December, and it shows everything that's on it. And the top of it, it says there was a PIN number was recorded on the February 6th of this year. It says record type verification by PIN record, and it gives a PIN number. And when you click on that link, it opens up to nothing. There's just no information. I don't even know what it is. I'm just curious as to what that is.
I don't have any information on that.
Mr. Bowers, I think that somebody would have to engage with you directly and take a look at what you're seeing, because I don't think we can follow visually in our minds what you're saying, because it doesn't sound familiar to anything we've encountered in the system.
That's what I was wondering. It just showed up because I didn't put, I mean, I think I've pinned over everything that I had back to 2020 has been pinned over and taken care of. But like I said, when you go under permits, inspections, and then search applications, it shows up as the top thing, but it just gives me a PIN number. It says PIN 2025-05901, and I have no idea what that means. Like I said, I just was curious when I was looking at the records, when I was, looking at watching your presentation. I just don't have a clue what it is.
You want to give me the PIN number again, and let's see if
No, not the PIN number. What's the permit number?
There is no permit. That's what I'm confused on.
Yeah, that's why I was going to try the PIN, see if it came up.
Good.
The PIN number, it says PIN dash 2025 dash 05901.
That looks like a CCE number.
No,
That's not a PIN number.
it's a
It is
PIN
the word
verification.
PIN, PIN dash
It is. Hold on.
2025.
Okay.
Vito Simone. Did I get the number?
He's saying right there, verification by PIN record. What is
Did
that?
I get the number right? 05. Oh, 05. Oh, nope, I reversed it. Hold on a second.
No, 05901. That's correct.
No, that's not my screen.
Oh, sorry. Sorry about that.
This is what you're saying, right, Mr. Bowers?
Yes, ma'am. There's
Yeah,
no.
I'm looking in the back office. So that is a PIN verification placeholder. The record. Yeah, that's you. And your license is M2936.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. All right, so we see it. We're gonna have to get back to you as to what it is because we've never seen it before.
I always give people problems and with the damn computer. Sorry. I just that was my question was what the heck that is. So
Yeah, we'll have to check on that.
Okay, I'm taking a screenshot of that,
Oh,
Jason.
hold on. You got it?
Yeah, I got the PIN number, so.
Okay.
And the little PIN number that came up at the bottom?
oh yeah, that thing at the bottom is different.
What's at the bottom?
Under, let me go.
CRROTV. If you go back and
Yeah.
show him where you were looking at that,
Yeah,
it's
down here under more details, under, here,
See
pin
there?
number.
PIN number again, but then it's got a different thing beside it.
Yep,
Yeah.
CRROTV. I have no idea.
Oh, that's probably the PIN number. The actual PIN number.
That's why I was trying to put that up here and it just didn't give me, it didn't take me anywhere.
That's so this is your license number and that's the PIN for your license. And so that is used to join your license to your account.
Okay.
And it has to be, it's case sensitive.
Gotcha. So what's the PIN number 20250591? That's what you got to find out about, right?
That's just a record number to like this is the record for a PIN for 2025, this number. And then the actual PIN number is that CRR number. And so you would, like Chris showed before, create application, you would go in with for your license to join it to your account if you haven't already.
My license should be joined to my account because I've been filing permits.
Yeah, then you should be fine. And this is just a record
Yeah.
of that PIN number.
Oh, okay. So what that was just to let you know that it's there in case I need to refer back to it any other time if I get logged out for some reason or it gets disconnected from my account for my license.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you. You've answered my question. Thank you so much.
Well, I
Yeah.
think you answered our question too, Mr. Powers.
I've never
Thank
seen,
you.
last time I looked on the system, it wasn't there. It just showed up on February 6th. I have no idea why.
Okay.
So if
Um,
your license
so-
number would go here, you could do this PIN number and it would connect it up if you've got it. So, okay.
Yeah. So back to Ty.
And I'm gonna ask Ty to unmute again.
Yes, hello.
Ty, I have no idea why you're having problems. I went into the account, I added myself as a contact to the permit, and I can pull up the inspections page, which is very, strange. And so when you're looking under that permit number, which is 001236, and you go into record info and click inspections, it doesn't give you the blue schedule or requested inspection.
Right. It says upcoming, you have not added any inspections. There's the blue, the link appears in blue letters, correct?
Yeah.
It's like a brighter blue. Yeah, because I actually scheduled an inspection on a different permit today, so.
All right, so it's got to be something with how you're connected to the permit. And let's see.
I'm not able to share my screen, am I?
I have
Let's
no idea.
see.
So I have a question while she's looking at, if you go to my records, does that permit show up under my records for you?
Let me see here. Home.
I'm allowing you to share your screen, Mr. Brown. Ty.
Okay.
All right, so I will stop the share.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so here's my records. No, actually it's not in there. I access it through, I have it in my collections. Does that matter?
No, that shouldn't matter.
Okay, so here it is, and here's the permit.
It matters then if it doesn't show up under my records, it means you don't have any, you're not associated or affiliated with the account.
Well, let's just see what this does.
Yeah.
All right, so go back to my records. Let's see if that's the case.
My records.
And let's see if that permit's anywhere in this list.
There. That's weird.
It just takes a while to sort.
Yeah.
If you end up clicking on the record number, it'll put it in alphabetical order for you if you ever need to do that.
And
Okay.
your license is linked to this account, right?
Yes, they added me today.
No, not to the permit, but to the account you're looking at.
Oh, yes.
So this is the account for, is it Appalachia?
Correct. Appalachian Field Services.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going all the way back to 2023 here. It's not up there.
But as a test, if you click on
Yeah,
any
let
of
me
those, yeah, you can see that
confirm
you can be
that
able to do
with
something.
you, because if I go to my account, hang on, this means that my company's linked to this account, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so again, I'll go back to my records.
Let me try something else here. Go ahead. Yep.
The license is linked to the account that's on file, which is info, and it looks like in account management, you are Ty.
I am, yes.
Okay, so 1 second.
It's the email address?
Yep, it's the email address.
Okay.
Wait, and info is the email address?
Yep, that was the one that was on file. It was info, but you started an account. If you go back to account management, up at the top on your right.
They're both the same. You got it.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Chris.
Yes, so yeah, my info at AFS Builds is a email that my company uses. Are you saying that the account linked to that permit is info at AFS Builds?
Yes, that's what it's linked to because that was last on the system. So I'll just update it to the one that you have listed here.
Yep. So that's where the problem is that it has to be the email address that is being added to the permit has to be the email address of the account you're trying to use. And so that makes sense now.
It does, yeah. So you're saying when the architect added me, they added info and not Ty at AFS.
Correct.
Oh, it's always the
you-
architect's fault.
Can you drop your email for me in the chat? Because it's a little small for me, please.
Did you
You
hear
can
that?
do a direct message.
Ty,
I got you.
Sorry, yes.
you got it? Okay. Okay, great. Another problem solved.
Yeah.
Oh, Ty, you took it away. Now you're gonna have
Oh,
to do it.
I'm
Ty.
sorry, what am I?
Just what's
what
your
do I do?
email? It was TY.
Oh, it's ty@afsbuilds.com.
Did you got it, Jason, for
Yeah, I just sent it to Shanika.
Nika? Okay. Thank you, Ty. Are we done?
I think so. That's all I need, but thank you. Keep
Okay.
fighting the good fight.
I'm going to Gregory Bryant.
Oh, let me stop sharing my screen. And let me mute.
Go ahead, Mr.
Good
Bryant.
evening. Yeah, good evening.
Hello.
I haven't been able to get past add your professional license just from when I just created the account. And when I get there, I can't add the license. I know you probably went over this because I'm so late getting here. Do you know what I'm talking about at all?
Are you talking about you want to add your professional trade license to your account?
Yes.
Are your
when-
license registered separately with the city? You can't add your license to your account until it's registered with the city. It's two separate processes.
What do you, I mean, I don't know what you mean.
Okay, so you have a professional trade license, you've got your state license, whichever.
No, well, I'm talking about just a general contractor license.
Okay,
And I saw he was going over about the PIN. I saw that on there about joining the accounts with the PIN.
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't see any way when I searched for my license, nothing came up. It says nothing found. It's a general contractor's license.
Yeah, your general contractor's license still needs to be registered with the city. And then you can add it to your personal, your
Yeah.
actual account.
That's
So-
separate
What I'm
from
saying,
the,
am I saying this wrong?
Hold on a second. So,
Yep.
Mr. Brian, I just found you as Brian Alpha lead recovery.
yes,
Yep. It looks like what we have on record is that your license expired at the end of July 2024.
no, that's not right.
Well,
Expired.
yeah, I mean, that's what's last in our system. So
It's 26.
So that's
Yeah.
what I think Chris is getting at, that he has to register.
Renew or
you need to
register?
renew. Yeah, you need to
Yeah.
renew the
So
license.
I'm trying to find
It's
that.
already renewed. That's what
No,
I'm
no,
saying.
he means in our system. Because
Okay.
we don't license you, the state license you, but you have to file it with us, if that's a better way to say it. Jason, where's the link to add, become a licensed contractor with us? I'm trying to find that.
Okay, so if I have an existing account for e-permits, that would matter.
So it's not I think your license has to be on file with us before you can go into that permit system and do what you need to do. You see, I think that's what they're trying to tell you, right, Jason?
Well, I'm saying if I was pulling permits already, then I still would have to do something additional. That's what I don't understand.
Yeah, so it looks like you renewed your license with the state. It sounds like you renewed your license with the state, but you didn't update that with Baltimore City. So our records in the old system show that your license and your insurance both expired July 30th of 2024.
No.
So
I mean-
we need to get you
I'm trying to
renewed.
find that link.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand that because I've never had to do that before.
Oh, yeah. All of your license, you have to be registered with the city. You get licensed with the state, but then you have to register with the city because we have to verify that you're actually licensed. So you see, so I'm trying to find that link, and
So that's separate than the permit system.
exactly. It's a list of registered licensed
It's in here.
professionals. Yeah. I'm trying
Okay,
to-
so in the past, was that done automatically? Because I've never done that.
No, it's not an automatic thing. It would come out to you to renew whenever your license expired.
Yeah, in the past, you would have to send in a copy of your updated license and then we would update the system.
Yeah.
Well, that's what
But
I'm
in this
saying.
system, you have to go in and upload your updated license in order for us to update it.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the part I don't understand because when I renew my license, that's all I've ever done
Yeah.
is renew my license. And so other than that, there's another step that I don't know about. So what I don't understand is how was I doing everything before when I never did this part that you're talking about?
That's a comment, please. I didn't hear your entire question, but it seems like it goes with what I'm thinking. So some contractors that apply for e-plans, they probably didn't register. You would just add it onto a contractor form and then you was able to apply for permits. We did encourage people to create an online account, but you could just apply without being registered.
You mean as far as pulling permits?
Yes.
I'm saying I've always pulled permits under my company.
Yes.
I wasn't added to anyone.
Okay. Well, maybe I'm hearing it wrong then. I was thinking that possibly you were added as a contractor on the contractor form and
No,
you didn't need to register.
The
Okay.
the
No,
last
Sorry
I'm-
about that.
the last permit I'm seeing, sir, is in 2023. Under your name. And your license expired in 2024, so
and I renewed my license in July of 2024.
yeah, and that renewal would have been with the state of Maryland, correct?
Right.
Yep. And so in the past, when you did that, you would have sent in a copy of that license and your photo ID, and we would have updated our records.
I've never done anything but that.
Okay, well, I don't know that.
Well,
been-
you would have had to have done that to get in the system in the first place.
Well, I've been,
But either way.
well, how do I solve
Yep.
it?
Yeah. So, yeah, go ahead. Whoever's got control of the screen.
Jason, I'm trying to find the registration link and I'm having a challenge from the way they reorganize the pages. Do you know where I can find it?
Well, I think you're in the right place here because,
Oh, that's not me. That's not me on the screen.
okay. Yeah, no, like I picked, Tammy, I think you're thinking about property registration and licensing, and this is something different. So,
I don't know. I was thinking about licensed contractors, but go ahead. Maybe I am on the wrong page. Okay.
So to any city I go to, I would need to register with that city in Maryland.
it depends on each jurisdiction individually, but a majority of jurisdictions do require you to in some way register your license with them to pull permits. But so on the screen right now, hold on, don't click yet. Just so we can catch up with the description. So Mr. Bryant, on the screen, when you go into your e-permits account, you would pick licensed contractors, and then under the create an application after your licensed contractors, and then you get that drop down, and you would pick other contractor registration application,
Mhm.
and then hit continue. And then you would follow. We're not going to go through all the steps, but you would answer these questions. License number, insurance, that information, and you'll need a copy of your
Chris, pull up the general contractor type, state license type.
the state license type.
general contract.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Okay, so you just need your Maryland state license number and your state license expiration date. And then, are you a non-prod? You're in production,
No,
right?
I'm in prod. I can go to non-prod.
No, that's okay. It just, I didn't want to go any further. But you put this information, hit continue, and then you would upload the documents that it requests.
Okay.
Yeah, the thing, if he's already in the system, we didn't want to do this as a new, we probably want to do this as a renewal, which means, because we have his information, we probably can force it like an expiration so the little blue renewal comes up. So we're not creating a new one if he's already in the system.
All right. So can you show that?
And so then that would connect my old account that
Well,
you're showing as expired.
You're still going to need to connect any of your permits that you want to connect. You would have to connect separately through that PIN process. But this will allow you to pull permits, apply for permits.
You want me to try to pull it up in prod to show you, or just go to non-prod to show you the process? Because I don't want to screw something up.
Either way.
No, I think I get what you're saying. It's just,
Okay.
I still don't understand it, but I'm gonna try and do that.
And I'm sorry for adding to the confusion. I was actually thinking about code inspectors, like the people who inspect housing code for rental licensing. So forgive me for adding to any confusion, Mr. Bryant, but.
Okay.
So, do you think you're on the right track for what you need to do?
Yeah. what you were, and also what you were talking about before with the PIN number, that would come off of the last permit you pull, even though that's on the one that you have me as expired. Stop.
Yeah, so if you had any permits in the system for the last 4 years, or even older, I think, you would have, and you had a valid email address with us, you would have received an email for each permit with the permit number and the PIN number. And so once you have an account, you can go into that account and you can add the permit using the PIN number to your account. And so you definitely want to do that for any active permits where you're still doing work or any ones that were in flight. If it's an old job, you don't necessarily need to do it. You can do it if you want, but you definitely need it for any jobs where you're still scheduling inspections or you were still trying to get the permit issued.
Okay.
Do we have the license number?
My license number,
Yeah.
it's 107898.
That's it?
Yep.
Yep.
So there you are.
Okay, so you mean so I don't have you? So you did it.
Well, this is where Jason was saying that it expired in 24.
Mm-hmm.
So now we need to go through and resend this to you or send it as like set it to about to expire or something. So in your front, you can pull it up and then you can renew it.
Yeah, Shanika already set it to about to expire.
Okay,
Great.
thank you.
So
And so when the front, I'm gonna go ahead and come out of here. So now when you come in here, you can actually put your license number here and you should be able to pull it up. Give me that number again.
107898.
These are closed, expired, pendings.
these are all his permits.
Okay, these are all his current.
You might have to go to.
Maybe it's my account.
Here, it's down here at the bottom.
Oh,
Yep,
there.
there it is.
And this is doing this. I've had this error message from me every once in a while, but he should be able to see it down at the bottom and be able to go through and click on it and do the update. It should give you a renew option and you'd submit the paperwork just like you are submitting for your new one. I know that for general contractors, it's not as complex as some of the other ones, but you would need to submit the closest paperwork that you have updated. Paperwork.
Okay, is your
Yeah.
license general or MHIC? Because I see you as an MHIC contractor, not a general.
Yeah, but that's LLC. I am a general contractor. It's general. I don't know how to explain it other than that's how they license it as subcontractors and general contractors.
They license you as MHIC contractors as well, because of the different
but-
properties that you can work on. So when
Yeah,
I go to the Department of Labor Licensing, I'm seeing your number that you gave as a MHIC contractor,
yeah. general
licensed home
contractor,
improvement.
though.
That's different than a general.
Okay, well, does that change what he needs to do, Peggy, in terms of updating his record?
Well, we need to have it updated as a MHIC contractor.
No,
And
that's
that will
gonna,
allow him to work on 3 dwelling units or less
no, that's
as a
not,
general
that's
contractor.
under the state, they have two different ways that they license the MHIC, which is under general contractor and you have subcontractors. That's why
Okay.
it's a different fee for it when you do that.
Okay, well, what I'm telling you is that if you want to be listed in the system as a general contractor, you will not be allowed to do any work on 3 dwelling units or less.
Michael Summer Camp.
Nikki, I'm gonna split him because he came over that way because of the legacy system. So those are the contractors that we gotta split and make them correct since they're labeled incorrectly.
Right,
So once he sends his information over, I can go ahead and split them.
okay,
Okay,
thank you.
All
no
right.
problem.
Okay, Mr. Bryant, sounds like they're helping navigate this for you, and you've also been given some steps to take to renew your license. So if you need anything else, you can follow up with the form that I'm going to drop in the a link to the form I'm dropping in the chat. But hopefully, what we've talked about here will get you on the right track. And I'm going to move on and get to these last two hands. Ms. Carter?
I'm not Miss Carter. You unmute Miss Campbell.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Michelle Carter, but yeah. Hi,
did
Ms.
you want to do Michelle first?
Well, it says Michelle Carter, who I unmuted, and that's what's showing up as you talk. So
Nope. I'm Mandolyn Campbell.
okay, go right ahead.
Hi. Good afternoon. So my question is, I put in a extension for a permit prior to the system change. And then once the system changed over, I received an email and I got an extension. Can you wait a minute? Hold on one second. So I got an extension, and I got a new permit number. And then when the new system changed over, I received a PIN, but I received a PIN for the old permit number. It didn't give me a PIN for the new permit number.
What's the permit number?
For the new one, it is, hold on, I took a screenshot. Wait a minute, what did I do with it? Or did I take a screenshot of the old one? Hold on. The screenshot is for the, this one is, this the old one.
That's okay. What is it?
Okay, COM 2024 612.
You got two C's up there, Chris.
Thanks.
Trying to get back to you guys. Let's see, where's my Zoom? Here we go.
I think with the screen sharing, it slows it a little bit too.
Yeah, I was trying to clear it out. I think it just made it stick.
Ms. Campbell?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Okay, so for us, you're showing up as Michelle Carter. I'm gonna
And-
se- I'm gonna
What?
send it. Yeah, and you put a question in the chat and I responded to it. I'm gonna try again to just message you directly. And you let me know if you see this in the chat or
Okay.
not. Because maybe there's something well, there's actually 3 Michelle Carters, so it's gonna be a test. Let me know if you got that.
A chat. I didn't get a chat.
All right.
So that would normally mean, Jason, that somebody registered and gave their link to this.
Oh,
people.
yes, that's exactly what happened. Michelle and
Okay.
I are in the that's good catch, good catch. Michelle and I are in the same Investors Group, and she was letting us know that you guys was on
All
and
right,
sent the link.
what's your name? Let me change your name right now.
Mandolin, M-A-N,
Uh-huh.
D as in David, L-Y-N.
Okay, there's Mandolin, and then there's 2 other Michelle Carters in here in case y'all talking to us too.
There were. Or did you get the test now?
From Jason, yes, uh-huh.
Okay, so I'm putting a screenshot in. That's your PIN number. And I
Wait a
got a
minute, wait a
cop.
minute. That's for the old one.
Nope, it's for this one.
Which one? The one for that, which one? Lady
94851.
Oh, okay. Wait, what's this one?
2024 94851 is the
Yes,
is your
94851. Where do you see 94851 at?
I just messaged it to you.
No, I'm saying on this screen.
Oh, so that's somebody else doing.
That's me.
They were looking up your old one, but I was looking up separate.
I just wanted to know how you got to it so I can know.
Mhm.
Well, if I tell you how that happens, then you get my job. No, I was looking up your permit in the in the system, like in our back office. I because I'm able to look up one permit, see what address it's
Oh,
for, and then I looked up the address and saw all the permits on that address.
okay.
And then I read the permits to see that you had reinstated this permit. It tells me what permit it reinstated for. So your permit was reinstated January 12th, 2025.
Yes, and I have
Um,
that email. Yep.
yep. Did you schedule any inspections or
No,
any?
I'm about to. Well, my subs are doing their own, but I do need to schedule. We're finished with BGE almost, and I will need to schedule the final building. So that's what I wanted to know. In order to schedule the final building, I was going to need the pin to connect this new, the new permit. Correct?
Yeah, well, it gets a little bit more complicated than that.
And
Just,
also, I'm the owner. I'm not a sub or anything. I opened the building permit as the owner.
yeah, that doesn't matter in this situation. The problem is that your permit was reinstated. A
Mm-hmm.
reinstatement is only good for 30 days. And the reinstatement is only good for a final inspection.
I thought it was 6 months for and I didn't get I got an extension. Well, did I get an extension or reinstatement? Wait a minute.
It was a reinstatement.
It's only good for 30 days, not 6 months.
Correct. It expired February 12th.
And I saw that. I thought that was an error because I'm like, I've gotten an extension before, so I'm confusing the two because I got an
Yeah.
extension before and it was 6 months. So,
Yep. So just for everybody on here, you can extend a permit 30 days before it expires up to 90 days after it expires. And you can you log onto this system in your account and request an extension. If the permit is beyond 90 days after the expiration date, then your option there is to do a reinstatement, but you're only eligible for a reinstatement if it's for final inspections. So you can't
well,
still
that's
be
what this
doing
will
work.
be for. But I mean, it's already expired again, but that's what I'm trying to do. We had to wait on BGE. We went to do our final inspection and found out there was no gas in the home, which we had advised them to cut it on. But when we started hooking up all the appliances, they never cut it on. So we had to start from scratch, which caused me to expire.
Right, and it must have been, it looks like the original permit expired October 3rd of 2024.
Correct.
And you
It's past for 90 days.
yeah,
Right.
so that's why, because it was past 90 days, all you could do was get it get a reinstatement, and then the reinstatement is only good for 30 days, and you're only entitled to one reinstatement. So you would need to apply for a new permit for
Okay.
for any work that hasn't been inspected already. So if you had work that passed inspection,
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't need to be there. But if you haven't had any of it inspected, then you would apply for a permit to cover all the work.
So everything has been expected. We was waiting on, we put in for we were about to put in for a final building. And the final building, we couldn't put in for because we learned that there was no gas in the house. I'm
Okay.
sorry. We got a rough in um, for plumbing, um, HVAC, electrical, but then when we went to do gas, we had a gas test and everything. So I just didn't understand how
Yeah.
the gas wasn't on or
Right.
whatever. But anyway, we had to start from scratch, which caused us to expire. So now I need to do a whole new permit.
For this construction permit. So the original work that you had on 612,
Uh-huh.
that's the permit you need. So you don't need for if your other work passed inspection, because you have several different permits in here for the water service and the electric and other stuff. So it's just this construction permit that I'm seeing right now. I don't
Right,
know.
correct.
Yeah. So you have to apply for a new permit for that.
Okay, and I use the PIN number that I got with 612.
No, you don't use any PIN number at all. You just go in and create a new application
Uh-huh.
and then apply for, I'm assuming this is a single family dwelling. I'm not looking at
Yes.
this. Yeah.
So
So you'd
copy
apply,
and paste all that stuff all over again into the new permit?
correct.
And it has to be re-inspected if it's already been inspected?
Well, there's no inspections on this permit. The other work that might be on the other permits, which I'm not looking at right now,
Mm-hmm.
that there may be inspections there, but this construction permit doesn't have any of the inspections. So
Well, you're correct, because everything that's on there
is
would be inspected
finishing work.
at final building.
Yep.
Okay, okay. And so once I
Right.
do that, then I have to schedule for a final building.
Yeah, once the permit's issued, then you can schedule for your final building.
Okay, all right, I got it.
All right.
Thank you very much, I appreciate that.
You're welcome. man.
Okay, we got a few more.
Okay, Tammy,
Oh.
before you move on, I just want to
Yeah.
expound on what Jason was saying about the reinstatements.
Okay.
It's more than just beyond 90 days. You can do it up to 3 years
Oh.
from the expiration date, but you have to have all the required rough-ins have to have been done and approved, and all the work must be complete to be
Yes.
eligible for reinstatement.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Just for final inspection. Who's next?
Gabriel Funes.
Yes, good evening. Hi.
Hi.
Just had a quick question. In what point I should be using the amendments? Well, my question is more like, I have a change I have to make to the permit. I thought the amendment will make it happen, but it seems like I have to have a new permit if I need to add something related to the job. If I had to dig in, like if we found out that we have to dig in the basement, the concrete was all messed up and the owner wants to make the change. It's no patching anymore. It's actually full concrete, remove wire and put concrete again.
Yeah, you're
I
gonna
just
need
wanted
to apply for a new permit for that additional work.
Okay, so the amendment technically does not work for that.
Correct, because that's gonna have additional reviews.
Okay. The other question that I have is, I have a permit that so I did that, I did it already, so I did a new permit. So when I see it, it's showing me it's expired. But of course I made it on the same time, but it's keep showing me expire. I can give you the permit number so you can see it, if that helps. It's B as in boy, R, C as in cat, M, dash 25003212. So if you see it's showing expired date, so I'm wondering, is that stopping? Like if I go to the review, the processing is going. So there's the approval.
Yeah, you just go by the record status here, so it's not expired this time because it hasn't even been issued. We haven't been able to get the vendor to change that or remove that. So it is a bit confusing, unfortunately. But this permit is still in process. So when it comes out, Chris, can you click under record info? And then processing status? And scroll down to the bottom. So once this permit gets issued, down at the next to the bottom where it says permit issuance, that'll have a green check mark next to it. You'll be able to expand it and you'll see your expiration date there.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, that was a little confusing. So right now, I did talk to the zoning people, initial zoning review. What does that mean, the star on it? Because they told me they already approved everything. So it should go to the plan review. The plan review told me everything's approved. Now it shows in the bottom plan coordination. It's just getting familiar to the process.
Yep. So Chris, can you expand on where the star is? Yeah, so here you can see if you expand any of these, you can see the date and what's happened. And in this case, it was accepted for review on March 19th. And so click on let's do plans distribution. And so this is the actual documents that you submitted. So they've accepted those and marked them as in progress. And then if you go down to the bottom, there's going to be plans coordination. And so that's, with the hourglass there, that's telling you that there's something in progress there. And this is actually getting the approvals, the final approvals on things. So this permit's close to being, I think it's close to being finished.
I talked to the engineer before, because it was supposed to be, I like the way that you guys have the due date, like the one before saying due date on March 25th.
Yep.
I was hoping by then it was reviewed by Mr. Milan Rai, but it looked like it didn't happen. So I called the 26th and say, can you give me a update on this permit? And he say, oh, okay, it's marked okay. I guess they're getting behind a little bit, but I was hoping that I don't have to be calling every time. But I'm sure you guys are busy, but it's just one of the things is getting a little bit behind on my permits. I should be trusting, I guess, the due date, correct?
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to keep to those due dates, but with the new system and with the influx of calls and emails and people coming in the office, it's slowing things down. That's why we added this training and training last week, was to just try to educate more people, answer more questions, resolve some problems, so that it frees up staff's time so they can actually process permits. So we're moving through them as quickly as we can, and we've brought in some extra staff to do some processing, some temps, and we've offered overtime to the staff, and they're taking advantage of that. So besides doing things like this, they're also working, Saturdays and after hours to process things as quickly as possible. So we're hoping, that things start settling down as people get a little bit more comfortable with this, and we're able to get back into like our expected review times.
Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah,
go to,
awesome, thank you.
okay. And so I'm gonna go, Mr. Bowers, I'm gonna go to Peter S. because they hadn't been called on before, and then I'll come back to you for the final question of the night. Peter S.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. You may have covered this before, because I stepped through for a second, but in your new system, once you create your account, the records and the permits, etc., from the legacy system, the old system does not automatically import, correct? It does not. You will not be able to see your
Correct.
old records. Okay, and in
Yeah.
order to access your old the information that's in the old system, you have to use a PIN process to individually import each permit.
Correct.
I see. Okay,
And I just put in the chat the link again for that PIN process if you need some directions on how to do that.
Okay, so you have to go to each project individually and import them one by one.
Well, you can do them in groups. So when you go in, if you follow the directions, when you go in and do the PIN verification, it'll allow you to add multiple permits and PINs to, but you do have to enter each one in.
Right. And finally, also, if you want to schedule an inspection, or you have to do it, but the quick track system, of course, is no longer in effect.
Correct.
So you have to do the schedule your inspections through your account. Is that it, or you have to?
Correct. Yeah, you would schedule your inspections from the permit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the quick track is no longer available, and you have to be on the permit to schedule an inspection. You have to be a contact that is linked into that permit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because the way that the program works is that anybody that's able to schedule inspection can also cancel an inspection, and so we didn't want to have it wide open for anybody to be able to go in and cancel somebody else's inspection and cause chaos. So you do have to be on the permit, and whoever's on the permit can add people to the permit if they wish.
Yeah.
So like if you weren't originally on the permit, they can go back in and add you. Like if you have somebody in your office or you hired somebody new in the office and you want to add them to your permits, you can go in and do that so that they can then do that scheduling piece for you, but they have to be on the permit.
Okay, thank you.
And I'm putting in the chat just a link again to just the page that has all of the guides, and it'll have a specific section for how to schedule an inspection.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Mr. Bowers, take us home.
One last question. I have an email from you guys. My insurance expires in the middle of April. It says log on to ePermits. Then it says you're on the main page of ePermits, right?
Yeah.
This says navigate to the licenses tab at the top of the page. Where is that? Not licensed contractors. It says licenses in quotes in my email at the top of the page, and I don't see that anywhere. Then the next step is click on the amendment link next to the registration record provided. I can't find any of that.
Okay, if you go on your home, it is same as license, but let's do it this way. It's easier for at least for you.
I went to home and couldn't find it.
Yeah, go to my records. I don't have any, so I can't see it. But if you go find the one you're looking for, you're going to see blue, and it'll have amendments or payment or
Hold on a second. I'm going to pull it out here real quick. Home, and then I'm going to go to licensed contractors, correct? Wait a minute. I got to log back in again because it locked me out. Hold on.
No, I see, Chris, I saw you do it 2 different ways, so slow down, because if he's getting correspondence that's not giving him the right path, I want to hear this.
Yep,
because that's
it's not
that we
giving me the
should-
right path. Let me sign into this again. I'm sorry, it signed me out for inactivity. Wait a minute.
Okay. I can't see anything, so I'm going to go back to, I'm going to go open the old. Gosh.
Ms. Bowers, while she's getting on the right page, you said you received the letter was that your license had expired?
No, the insurance is going to expire in about 15 days.
Okay.
So on that email, it says the words exactly, and I'll read the words. Log on to ePermits, then it says navigate to the licenses tab, in quotes, LICENSES tab at the top of the page, which I don't see.
Mhm.
That's where I'm confused.
Yeah, there is no licenses tab that I can think of unless Jason or
Oh.
Shanique or one of those knows one.
Okay, well, I just want to know what the path is so we can
Yes.
reconcile this with whatever auto letter is going out related to this.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if I can get this. I'm so getting.
And then the next thing it says, click on the amendment link next to the registration record provided.
Yeah, when you go into, and I can't get this to come up for me for right now. When you go
I'm on my
into-
main page, so I'm ready
Okay.
to go.
So go to my records.
Well,
Yeah.
Jason, can you all pull up the page that we can follow this?
Yeah, because I can't get it to come up.
Yeah,
right
there's
now.
going to be a ton of people that have these same situations happen, and that apparently that email doesn't have the right information on it.
But that's what I'm thinking, Mr. Bowers. That's why I want to clear this up before we shut this down tonight.
Sure.
Jason or Chris or Peggy, can anybody pull up a screen with the?
The non-prod's not coming up for some reason. I don't know if it's offline for updates or something, which is the non-production side of all this where
Oh, it may be because at this late hour. Yeah.
but I'm pulling up give me a second here.
Yeah, I was gonna try
so
SipCon.
can I share my screen? Is that possible?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just gotta find where to share my screen.
Yeah, there's a little green box in the very center.
Oh, it is the green box.
Yeah.
That's what I wasn't looking at.
With the little black arrow.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get SipCon to come up and it's stuck as well.
So I can't do that, but on that link that Tammy put in the chat a few moments ago is the Permit Like a Pro site. And in there, we have renew registration of licensed professionals. And this is a little guide here.
Well, this is only for the insurance, though.
Yep, but that's updating that. That's part of the renewal because either something's expiring.
Okay.
And so you'd log in.
I got that right now. I'm actually logged into this screen right there.
Yeah, you click on licensed contractors.
Licensed contractors. Okay, I just clicked on it. Now it shows me my records.
Then
And
you
it says home
on your-
permits and licensed contractors.
Say that again.
To my license number. Do I click on my license number? Or I'm sorry, my record number?
So looking at my screen for a second, does it look like this where it says renew application?
It had no, it just says records. And it has my record on it under licensed contractors. It has a hyperlink on my license number for record number.
Yeah.
It talks about I'm an electrical contractor. It gives my name and all that.
But it doesn't have this renew application
Nope.
or the amendment?
Nope.
Oh, interesting.
Is this the one that Shanika just went through and pushed it over ready to expire? Because by doing that, that's supposed to make this blue for him.
No. Well, let's do that. Let's look and see. Uh-oh. It's over here. One second. What is your license number?
M2936.
Yeah, so your license expires April 25th, or your insurance rather expires April 25th, 2025.
And what type of license is it?
Electrical, master electrician.
Okay, so that's part of the batch run that won't get, it's supposed to get run. I bet it got lost in the transition. but a lot of those, remember, they're done to get them updated and what, October, November, December, something like that?
Yeah, they all get updated in December is when they expire, into
So,
December.
so even though his insurance is expiring, it may or may not have gotten caught, so we probably have to manually kick it over.
No, he didn't say, no, that wasn't the issue. The issue was
It's
the
insurance.
instructions.
It's insurance, yes.
No,
Well,
the
yeah, there's an
instructions
issue.
is the issue.
Well, the two issues.
The email instructions don't give me the place to go to download the form. That's my problem. The
Yep.
email that was there had the wrong information.
We will take a look at that, and we will also check to see how to allow you to renew it.
Yeah, that'd be great because I'd like to keep my license open.
Yeah. You worked hard for it. You deserve that.
Thank you. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna wait for another email then, is what it amounts to.
Yeah, we'll reach out to you. I'm taking
Yeah,
copying
and
down your
use
information.
me as an example for everybody else that way, because I'm sure other electricians are getting the same situation. I can't figure this out.
Yeah, because I'm like you, if it told me to look for licenses, that's what I'm going to be looking for. And I wouldn't think to go to licensed contractors as an alternative.
Yep, whatever they told me wasn't exactly right. So that's, and us dumb electricians, I'm going to use that as speaking for myself. I am not very computer savvy. So if it doesn't tell me exactly what to do, I'm all lost.
I thought you guys were supposed to be the smartest tradespeople.
Certain
That's
things,
it.
yes, certain things, no.
That's what all the other electricians tell me.
I don't
Well,
know.
the plumbers tell me, but that's what the electricians tell me.
I'll be humble and say that when it comes to the electronic parts of it and the computer part of it, I could probably use some practice.
Right. All right, we'll get back to you, Mr. Bowers. on
Alrighty,
that.
thank you. By the
And
way,
we'll-
just on behalf of everyone that was in the meeting, thank you so much. You guys did a wonderful job. It was well worth the time and effort to listen to these things and help out with stuff. And again, just you guys doing a great job. Thank you so much.
Thank you.